In this video, we'll be discussing about 10 years of past year questions related to geometric progressions, and we'll start right now. Hello everyone, my name is Shirley and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here and you'd like to improve in your math skills, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so that you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at the first past year question. Let's look at question 1. This is SPM 2010, question 10. It is given that 1, x squared, x power 4, x power 6, ... is a geometric progression and its sum to infinity is 3. So find A, the common ratio in terms of x, and B, the positive value of x. And this is 3 marks. Okay, so first we need to find the common ratio. So I'm going to use, ratio is equals to T2 over T1. Okay, so this is T1, this T2, this T3, and this T4. So T2 is x squared, T1 is 1. So therefore your R common ratio is x squared. So it's solved, okay? So let's solve for B, the positive value of x. So given here, sum to infinity is 3. So S infinity is equals to 3. So the formula for S infinity is A over 1 minus R. So A over 1 minus R is equals to 3. So from the progression, A is 1 and R is x squared from the answer in A. So it's equals to 3. Okay, so I'm going to shift this over. So I'm going to swap this around. Okay, so we get 1 over 3 is equals to 1 minus x squared. Okay, and after that, I'm going to continue over here. Okay, so x squared, I move it to the left side, so it becomes positive x squared. So it becomes 1 minus 1 over 3 on the right. So this will be 2 over 3. Okay, this is x squared. So therefore, x is square root of 2 over 3. Okay, and then we find what is the answer using the calculator. So square root of 2 over 3. So we got 0.8165. Okay, so 0.8165. Give your answer in 4 decimal places. Let's look at question 2. This is SPM 2011, question 11. It is given that x squared, x to the power of 4, x to the power of 6, and x to the power of 8, ... is a geometric progression such that x is between 0 and 1. The sum to infinity of this progression is 1 over 3. Find A, the common ratio of this progression in terms of x, and B, the value of x. So this is 3 marks. Okay, let's solve for A. So we look at the progression. This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, and this is the fourth term of a GP. Okay, so to find the common ratio, I'm going to use T2 over T1. Okay, so T2 is x to the power of 4, and T1 is x squared. So therefore, the R is x squared. Okay, let's solve for B. To solve the value of x, so look at the question. The sum to infinity is given in the question and is 1 over 3. So therefore, I'm going to sub into the formula of S infinity. Okay, so S infinity formula is A over 1 minus R and is equals to 1 over 3. So A in the question is x squared and R is what we have found just now here. Okay, x squared also equals to 1 over 3. Okay, and then I'm going to do cross multiplication. So I'm going to bring up the 3 over to the left hand side. I'm going to bring this up to the right hand side to become 3x squared equals to 1 minus x squared. Okay, so 3x squared. So there's no space at the bottom, so I'm going to move it to the right hand side. Okay. Okay, I'm going to write it over here. So it will be 3x squared plus x squared and is equals to 1. So 3x squared plus x squared is equals to 4x squared. Okay, 4x squared equals to 1. So x squared is equals to 1 over 4. So to find x, okay, we square root this 1 over 4 and we have positive and negative. So we get positive, negative half. Okay, but there's a condition here whereby x must be between 0 and 1. So therefore, x, okay, is equals to positive half because x is between 0 and 1. Okay, so this is the final answer. Let's look at question number 3. This is SPM 2012, question 11. In a geometric progression, the first term is A and the common ratio is R. Given that the third term of the progression exceeds the second term by 12A. So find the value of R. So third term is T3, okay, minus T2 is equals to 12A. So T3 is AR to the power of 2. Okay, remember to use the formula Tn equals to AR n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula, yeah? So minus, okay, T2 would be AR, okay, equals to 12A. Okay, so next I'm going to factorize the left hand side, which is I'm going to take out A and R. Okay, so it will be R minus 1 equals to 12A. Okay, and then I bring over the A over to the right hand side. So it becomes 12A over A. So we can cancel off the A. So now I'm going to expand the left hand side. Okay, so R times R square minus R times negative 1. Okay, R times 1 is R. Then minus 12 and it's equals to 0. Okay, next I'm going to factorize this into two brackets. So R, okay, we have 3, 4, and then we have negative, positive. Okay, so we have two answers. Therefore, R is equals to negative 3 or 4. So that's the answer. Let's look at question number 4. This is SPM 2013, question 11. The following information refers to the sum of the terms of a geometric progression. 0.363636 equals to 0.36 plus V plus W plus so on, where V and W are constants. So determine A, the value of V and W, and B, the common ratio of the progression. And this is 3 marks. Okay, so let's solve for A. So it's given that it's 0.363636, okay, and so on. We're going to split this up into a few parts. So 0.36 will be the first one, okay, then plus 0.00036 and plus 0.000036, okay, and so on. Okay, so therefore, when we compare to the question, okay, so let's compare to the question. So here, V is over here and W is over here, which means that this is V and this is W, okay? So next, we're going to write down what are the values of V and W, okay? So therefore, V is equals to 0.0036 and W is equals to 0.000036, okay? So that's the answer for A. Okay, as for B, to find the common ratio, R, we're going to use T2 over T1, okay? So for this, the T2 will be 0.0036, okay? So this will be the T2, this will be the T1, okay? So over T1 is 0.36, okay? Let's calculate this using the calculator. 0.0036 divided by 0.36, so we'll get 1 over 100, okay? Or you can change it to decimal, becomes 0.01. So the answer is 0.01. So that is the common ratio of the progression. Let's look at question number 5. This is SPM 2014, question 8. It's given the sum of the first n terms of a geometric progression is Sn equals to 5 over 2 bracket 3 to the power of n minus 1. So Sn is given. Okay, find the first term of the progression and the common ratio of the progression. So for this, okay, this formula Sn is very, very useful. Okay, so we're going to use that. So to find A, the first term is actually equals to S1. So I'm going to substitute the 1 into the n in the formula. Okay, so it will be 5 over 2, 3 to the power of 1 minus 1. So it will be 5 over 2, 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so therefore the answer is 5. Okay, let's solve for B. To find the common ratio of the progression, we need to know what is T2 value. Okay, why? Because we're going to use this formula. So Tn is equals to Sn minus 1. Okay, so to find T2, So find T2, we need to find what is S2 first, okay? So T2 is equals to S2 minus S1. Okay, so S2 will be 5 over 2, 3 square minus 1 minus 5. So it's equals to 5 over 2, so 3 square is 9, so 9 minus 1 is 8, so 8 minus 5. Okay, so it will be, so this and cancel, so it will be 20 minus 5 is 15. Okay, so to find the common ratio, we're going to use the formula, okay, which is T2 over T1. So T2 over T1, so T2 is 15, okay, and T1 is 5. Therefore, the common ratio is 3. Okay, so remember, this formula is very useful if the A and R is not given in the question, but the SN formula is given. Okay? Let's look at question number 6. This is SPM 2015, question 8. It is given 3, 6, x, y, and z are 5 consecutive terms of a geometric progression. Find the value of z, and this is 2 marks. Okay, first I'm going to list down the progression, which is 3, 6, x, y, and z. Okay, so these are for 5 consecutive terms, and then I'm going to label this as T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5. Okay, so first I need to find what are my A and R values. So be A is equals to 3, which is the first term, and R is equals to, I'm going to use T2 over T1, okay, which is 6 over 3, and it's equals to 2. Okay, which means that to get to the next term, we just need to multiply by 2. Okay, so to find the values of x, y, and z, okay, so x, to find x, I'm going to use 6, okay, times with 2, so the answer is 12. Okay, it's actually very easy. So y will be 12 times 2 is equals to 24. And to find z will be 24 times 2, which is equals to 48. So these are the answers. Let's look at question number 7. This is SPM 2016, question 23. Mohan took 4 minutes to complete the first kilometer of a 15 kilometers run. He could not sustain his stamina, thus, for each subsequent kilometer, he took 1 over 8 more time compared to the time he took for the previous kilometer. The participants who finished the run more than 2 hours are not qualified for the state level run. So did Mohan qualify? So show calculation to support your answer, and this is 4 marks. Okay, so first we need to write down the progression. So the A is 4, so he took 4 minutes at first, so 4. Okay, so to get to the next one, so here will be 1 over 8 more time, which means that it's 9 over 8. So 1 plus 1 over 8, so it'll be 9 over 8, okay, times with 4 to get the second term. So 9 over 8 times 4, so we get 9 over 2, which is 4.5. So that will be T2. Okay, so to find T3, I'm going to use 9 over 8 times with 4.5, so I will get 5.0625. So 5.0625. Okay, show to the examiner your progression, and this is GP. Okay, so this will be your A, okay, which is your T1, this is T2, and this is T3. Okay, and then you're going to find what is your S15, because this is the N. Okay, N is 15. Okay, so find S15 by substituting into the SN formula. So I'm going to write down the SN formula first. So this will be A, okay, R power N minus 1 over R minus 1. Okay, I use this formula because the R is more than 1. Okay, so to find S15, to see whether Mohan qualified or not, okay, so we substitute the value of A is 4. So R is, okay, to find the R, so R is, I'm going to use 4.5, okay, divided by 4. Okay, so 4.5 divided by 4, okay, just now we got 9 over 8, so it's actually 1 point. Okay, I'm going to write down nicely. Okay, so R is 1.125. Okay, so this is side working, so it'll be 1.125 to the power of 15, okay, then minus 1 in square bracket, okay, then over, so R is 1.125 minus 1, okay, so let's calculate this. So 1.125 to the power of 15 okay, and then we minus 1, and then we times 4, okay, the answer times 4, okay, so we get 19.4071, okay, so the bottom will be 0.125 after we minus 1, so let's calculate this. So 19.4071 divided by 0.125, so we get 155.3 minutes. Okay, so we need to convert this into hours, so we divide it by 60, so we get 2.5, so we get 2.588 hours. So did Mohan qualify? The answer is no, because he took longer than 2 hours to complete the run. Okay, so we're going to write down the statement at the bottom. So, since the time taken is more than 2 hours, okay, so therefore, Mohan did not qualify. So that's the answer. Let's look at question number 8. So this SPM 2017 question 7. It is given that the nth term of a geometric progression is Tn equals to 3r to the power of n minus 1 over 2, whereby r is not equals to k. So state the value of k and the first term of the progression, and it's only 2 marks. So to find a, okay, we can straight away state the answer. Okay, r cannot be equals to 0. Okay, r cannot be equals to 1, and r cannot be equals to -1. Okay. So therefore, the k value will be k equals to 0, okay, or k equals to 1, or k equals to -1. So that's the answer for A. As for B, to find the first term of the progression, we're going to substitute 1 into the formula. Okay, so it will be 3, so it will be this 3r, so n is 1 minus 1, then over 2. So 1 minus 1 is 0, so therefore, okay, r power 0 is 1. So 3, 1 over 2. So therefore, the T1 is 3 over 2. So that's the answer. Let's look at question number 9. This SPM 2018 question 14. It is given that P, 2 and Q are the first 3 terms of a geometric progression. Expressed in terms of Q, A, the first term and the common ratio of the progression, and B, the sum to infinity of the progression. So to solve A, okay, so first we look at the progression, this T1, this T2, and this T3, okay? So to find the first term, we're going to use the common ratio method. Okay, I'm going to use T2 over T1 equals to T3 over T2, okay? So from the progression, T2 is 2, T1 is P, and T3 is Q, T2 is 2. So I'm going to do cross multiplication. Okay, this one move, this 2 move up and this move up. Okay, so become 4 equals to PQ. So but they want you to find in terms of, okay, in terms of Q. So P will be equals to 4 over Q. Okay, so P is equals to, we swap them around so that P will be on the left hand side, so it will be 4 over Q. Okay, and from here your T1 is equals to P. So therefore P, okay, which is the first term, T1 is equals to 4 over Q. So that's the answer for A, okay? And to find the common ratio, we straight away can use from the progression given, okay? So ratio is going to be, I'm going to use T3 over T2, okay? T3 over T2 will be Q over 2, okay? So this will be the answer for our common ratio, and this is a first term. Okay, now let's solve for B. Okay, solve for B, So to find the sum to infinity, I'm going to use the formula of S infinity equals to A over 1 minus R. So A is 4 over Q, okay, which is the first term that we found just now, then over 1 minus r. So r is q over 2 that we found just now. Okay, so now we're going to solve this. 4 over q, okay, then divided by, so this 1 is 2 over 2, yeah? So 2 over 2 will be 2 minus q over 2. Okay, so then after that, we change this to times, and then we flip this upside down. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8, and the bottom will be q times 2 will be 2q minus q squared. Okay, so this is the final answer for B. Let's look at question number 10. This is SPM 2019, question 7. Three consecutive terms of a GP are 32, P, Q. It is given that the sum of these three terms is 26. Find the possible values of P and Q. Okay, so let's solve this. So I'm going to write down the progression first, which is 32, P, Q, and this is GP. Okay, so I'm going to use the common ratio method. I'm going to use T2 over T1 equals to T3 over T2. So it'll be P over 32 is equals to Q over P. Okay, and then I do cross multiplication. So P times P, and then this 32 times with Q. So we have P squared equals to 32Q. Okay, so this is going to be my first equation. Okay, next, they say that the sum of the three terms is 26, which means that it's 32 plus P plus Q is equals to 26. So I'm going to make Q as a subject on the left, so it's going to be negative P. So 26 minus 32 is negative 6. So this is going to be equation 2. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to substitute equation 2 into equation 1. Okay, so sub equation 2 into 1. Okay, so it will be P squared equals to 32 bracket negative P minus 6. Okay, now we're going to expand the bracket. So it will be negative 32P, then 32 times 6. Let's calculate this. 32 times 6 would be 192. Okay, so minus 192. So now I move everything to the left, make it into general form. So it will be P squared plus 32P plus 192. Okay, and it's equals to 0. And then next, I'm going to factorize this into two brackets. So factorize it, equals to 0. So P here, okay? And then 192 is 24 times 8. Let's double check. 24 times 8 is, yeah. Okay, 24 times 8 here. Okay? Since all positive, therefore all the brackets will be in positive. Okay? So therefore, P is equals to negative 24 or P is equals to negative 8. Okay? So now we're going to find the values of Q. Okay, I'm going to continue on the right hand side here. Okay, so to find Q, I'm going to substitute into equation 2. Okay, so when, so I move it over here. Okay, so when, say P is equals to negative 24. Okay, so therefore Q is equals to negative, okay, P is negative 24 minus 6. So it'll be 24 minus 6, okay, and is equals to 18. Okay, so next, when P is equals to negative 8, so Q will be negative 8, okay, then minus 6. So will be 8 minus 6, and is equals to 2. Okay, so therefore the values of P, okay, is equals to negative 24, negative 8, okay, and Q is 18 or 2. Okay, so if I were to write down the three consecutive terms of a GP, so it will be, okay, so therefore, okay, when it's 32, okay, the next one, T2 is P, so it'll be negative 24, okay, and then after that, it will be negative 24, that will be 18, that will be your Q, okay, and so on. Okay, or it can be 32. Okay, then P will be negative 8, and then Q will be 2, and so on. Okay, so that's the answer. Well, that's all for now. Do you understand what you learned today? Let me know in the comments below. If you find this video useful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my new videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you keep on learning, keep on practicing, and keep on watching my videos, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!